Okay, Shalom, Shalom. We're out here once again, the Hebrew Israelites, bringing out the truth and the gospel of Yahweh, Ba'asham, First and foremost, we're giving our praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Rachad, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well, pushing this 100% truth of the gospel, waking up and sealing the elect of the nation of Israel through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh. And salutations for the sincere and camp that are pushing the gospel right because of sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. So right now, today is the 29th of January. Okay? The 29th of January 2021, the year of the turning up. So as Hebrews like coming in week in and week out to preach this gospel of the Most High and His Son, the gospel of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh, Ba'asham Rachad Kwadash. Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, the creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the God who is the Christian God. And Yahweh is only begotten Son, which the world ignorantly and who calls Jesus Christ. Alright, so okay, hold on, let me just there we go. Yeah, I wanted to go right into it, okay? I know the preaching that's going on right now with the sky, but I'm not really going to go deep into that. So this is basically what I wanted to go start it with them. Let me just bring out the precepts. And get to the letter. Okay. So this is the book of Matthew 18. Matthew 18, and I'll start from Matthew 18 verse 20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. I think it's going into the Sikari a little bit. I think it was Assad, okay, Deacon Assad, that's what he calls himself, okay, Deacon Assad. And basically what he's going into, he was saying how, he's out there in the streets, out there in the camp, out there in the crowded areas, preaching to people, okay, out there speaking to where jigs are gathered together, where some people are gathered together, but that's not what the truth is about, And then getting on, they were calling himself rebuking, because that's basically what he was doing. They're thinking that they're getting on the brothers in Great Millstone, the elders in Great Millstone as well, about how, I'm not even facing the camera when I'm talking about this thing. But anyway, I was getting on the brothers in Great Millstone, the elders, about how they don't go out and have their camps in crowded areas, okay, where they can gather lots of jigs, because that's the only thing that they already know that carry our carnal, okay, because this truth is only for the elect of the nation of Israel, okay. It doesn't matter how many jigs you gather, how many people you gather, where you have your debate and your little quarrels, your arguments with them. What the most important thing is that you gather the elect, okay, that you look for, that you gather the elect. You gather the elect, you defy the elect. And that's what these camps are for. That's what coming out to the highways and byways are for. To edify, okay, to preach the word, alright, to bring edification to our people. Because that's the most important thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the word edify in the This is the word edify in the etymology. To build, construct, also in figurative use, to build up morally or in faith. Okay, that's the most important thing, to build up our people, to build up the faith of our people, to build up the understanding of our people. And that's why I've come out here, okay, because we're preaching, okay, we're calling, okay, we're fishing, alright, spiritually for the elect. Okay, now let me get that parable. Let me get this parable of the fishes. Here it is. So this is the book of Matthew 13, verse 47, and it reads, "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind." And when we talk about the kingdom of heaven, yes, it's about, okay, we are in this street because guess what, okay, the men of the Lord, the men that are pushing this gospel in righteousness and sincerity 100%, we are, the kingdom of heaven on this side at least, okay, because the kingdom, you know the scripture said, and the kingdom is in you. And let me get that one as well. Let me get it. There it is. So this is the book of Luke 17, verse 21. You know, I'll start from here. Luke 17, verse 20. "And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High, there was the kingdom of our Lord Yahweh Shai, okay? The kingdom that we're always speaking about. The kingdom that is coming after this gets to be destroyed. And I even forgot to mention that as well. We are out here to prophesy the downfall and the destruction of this current kingdom, and the lifting up, okay, and the building up of the kingdom of Israel. That's the kingdom that is speaking about, the kingdom of Israel. Okay. Luke 17, verse 20. "And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation." What I'm going to do, I want to get this word of observation, okay? Make sure I break that down right. For our terrestrials, I'm going to use the word observation. Continue on. Luke 17, verse 21. "Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you." Alright, that's basically what that is going into. The kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom of is within you. So when you are coming out here, okay, so we are coming out here preaching the gospel, speaking about the things concerning the kingdom of heaven, okay, out on the highways and byways. So you are bringing the kingdom. You are bringing the kingdom to our people. Bringing Yahweh Shai to our people. Of course, I don't know if I already said it before, but Yahweh being the Most High, the Heavenly Father, the creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the God which the Bible speaks of. And Yahweh Shai is only begotten Son, which the world ignorantly and willfully calls Jesus Christ. And they are cast contact with the Holy Spirit. So continue on. Now, Matthew 13, verse 47. "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which, when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angel shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just." Not what you are seeing happening right now, okay? Because once again going into the sifting. You know, right now we are already in the end of the world, so the sifting has already started, okay? And you know that the scripture said that he will sift the house of Jacob. Alright, now that's exactly what this present is going into. Okay? And we that are in this truth are fishers of men. You know. But Sikari, they want you to believe that you should be focused on quantity instead of quality, you know. Pushing this truth and bringing it out to the crowded place. That's just some vanity that they're trying to use to make it seem as though they are better than great wisdom, because they've been getting on them for so long, because of the false doctrine they are pushing. But what's the point of going out here to of coming out here to the highways and byways, coming out here to the streets to preach, if they are teaching false doctrine, saying things like the gospel of the epistle of the apostle Paul. Paul was going up. So none of his epistles are the words of the Most High. Okay, you know, saying things like bearing false witness isn't lying. What's the point of preaching the preaching, going out to the highways and byways and preaching to so many Israelites if your gospel is if your gospel is false? Basically, you are pushing the false doctrine. Okay. But it's more important to gather the elect, okay, to edify, to build up the elect, okay, to build up the hopeful elect, you know, let's say it like that, the hopeful elect, than to, okay. Very important to build up the hopeful elect than to be out there preaching to every single body, alright, because not everybody is going to get this truth, not everybody is going to get the understanding of what is being spoken, okay, by the Most High and the Son. Or what's being spoken by the men of the Lord. Not everybody is going to get that. But this is more so going into where the spirit of Yahweh Hashem or Shai is. Okay, so let me get that. This is for the Christians. Yeah, I can't find it. But anyway, let me continue what I was talking about. So okay, hold on. Thank you. No, I'm not going to something else, you know. Don't really have much to say concerning that. Only that, you know, it doesn't matter how many. This truth is not a numbers game, okay? It's not about how many people you have following you, or how many people you talk the gospel to, or how many people that you spoken to, that you teach. Then English is really confusing. The only people that you preach this word to. That's not what this is about, man. It's about how much it's about how much of the elect, okay, and that's the main thing about going into, okay. That's the main focus of this gospel. The elect. Right? Because even the scripture says that not all Israel not all Israel is Israel, okay? Because the Most High made a separation. So let me get that. Okay, let me start from okay, Romans 9 verse 6. Not as though the word of the Most High are taking on effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. Right? Because there's a separation between our people. First and foremost, Israel of the Most High. Okay, the elect. And then the remainder of our people shall be preferred. So now Romans the 11th chapter, I mean. that's what I'm going to say concerning that. That's all we're going to go into concerning that. Okay, so let me get another precept. So this is the book of First John chapter 2 verse 18. Okay, First John chapter 2 verse 18, and it reads, "Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time." Okay, and right now, your walkie-talkie pastor will tell you that there's only one Antichrist, and you know how Esau shapes that whole, the whole Antichrist doctrine. Oh, that's out of nowhere, this dude will just come out of nowhere, and then you join the whole, where is the Antichrist doctrine, okay? And the Antichrist will be set up and take over the whole earth, okay? And as he will be the one, he'll be the one that is ruling before our Lord Yahushua comes, or before Cesare Borgia, JC comes, okay? But all that he's doing is okay? All Esau is doing with that is he's trying to take away, the responsibility for being the rulers over the earth, over the current kingdom from themselves, and put it all on one guy, okay? Because guess what? Esau Edom is the Antichrist, okay? The entire nation, alright, they are the Antichrist, alright, and all of these people that are consenting and joined to them, they are all part of that Antichrist. This is an Antichrist system right now that we're living in, okay? There's the image of the beast, and what was it called? Is it icon? Let me just quickly this way. I remember the apostle, I did a video like that, icon of theory. I think that's the image of the beast. So let me just quickly check it. Okay, yeah. Icon Hoterion, okay, the image of the beast. And that's basically what that Antichrist is, okay, the image of the beast. This is basically this whole system right now, right, from what the Renaissance going into this Great Reset New World Order, okay, where you have not really going to go into it, but all the abominations that are being done in this kingdom right now, right? Because let me see, let me start from here. Okay, because what I wanted to say was that you have the Antichrist set up from all the way from back to Alexander the Edomite, okay? Where you go into the book of First Maccabees, it says that, and let me just get that. That once he came into rulership, that evils are multiplied, or wickedness was multiplied upon the earth. So First Maccabees. Okay, so this is the book of First Maccabees 1 verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. And you go into the history that actually happened, okay? Alexander the Greek, Alexander the Idumean reigned for 12 years and then he died. And then after reigning for 12 years, his generals, his 4 generals, they split the kingdoms in between themselves. You had Ptolemy, Seleucus, Cassander, and Lasamicus. I think that was the last one there. I can't remember how they pronounce it, but anyway, that's basically what happened. So that's consistent with the history, showing you that the scriptures are right when it comes to history. Okay? And the Apocrypha is part of the scriptures because it's also going into the history of these Edomites. And these are the things that Esau doesn't want to know about how his people started the whole antichrist system. Alright, and that's why they're trying to make a singular person, put all the people in a singular person and call that person the antichrist. And what are they doing? The big thing now, okay? The main suspect, okay, for being the antichrist happens to be, Barack Obama, right? Of course, they have to make it a so-called black man to be, to be the antichrist, because Esau is trying to take away that blame from himself, okay, about all the things that he did, which of course, in case you didn't know, Esau Edom is the so-called red man that is built over the earth today. Alright, your Europeans, your red Americans, your Australians, basically all the people that are in control of the earth, okay, and mainly the Western world. Those are the Edomites that are ruling on the earth today. And then doing that one, that sign. But anyway, continue on. First Maccabees 1 verse 8. And in 7th year rule, everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so did their sons after them. Many years and evils were multiplied in the earth. And that's right, because when the wicked are, because the wicked were in rulership, the actual people, the wicked, okay? So they brought more evil, they brought wickedness on the earth, and they brought the Antichrist philosophy on the earth. Basically going into, they were reading about the book of Revelation, the 17th chapter, are the beast that had blasphemies. Okay, let me get that. Revelation 17. So this is the book of Revelation 17 verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And those blasphemies, okay, those names of blasphemy are the are things that go on day by day in this wicked society. First and foremost, going against the laws and ordinances, how about painting and changing the image of the judges, okay, the image of the saints, the image of who the true people of the Most High are. Job 9 verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Because as soon as Esau Edom came into power, both even in the book of Maccabees, even during the Renaissance, the first thing they did was change up the art. Iconoclasm, okay? They carry all the old images of what the original, what the Israelites look like. So-called dark-skinned men, okay? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which are the true Israelites according to the Bible. And they change up all those images and put their own faces there, making themselves seem as though they are the real, they are the real children of the Most High, okay? They are the real Israelites according to the Bible. And even in scriptures tell you that it's no wonder for the devil himself, alright, I don't remember how it goes. Let me get it. So this is the book of 2 Corinthians 11. 2 Corinthians 11 verse 14, and it reads, and no marvel, For Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. That's basically what these devils did. They made themselves seem as though they were the angel of light, Lucifer, the light bearer, right? The ones that will bring enlightenment to this world. That's basically the antichrist mindset that they have, man, because it's not even antichrist, okay, it's anti-Hamashiach, anti-Messiah. And that's why they are pushing everything in society to be against, to do things that are against the Most High and His Son, alright? Especially towards you Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Because what do you see on the TV? Just the most recently right now is that old Kobe Bryant memorial that they are did, okay? Which is what they want to do to all of our people, man. To push that I don't really know. I don't know what word to use now. I don't want to figure using hate speech policy. But they are pushing those philosophies, okay, those doctrines on our people. In order to push them more towards wickedness, okay? I know, and even the scriptures tell you about that. It's how devil, okay, how Esau Edom, the very man, has seduced our people. Right? How does that process go? That Jacob is the former of all things. No, let me get that. Here it is. Proverbs 12 verse 26. Proverbs 12 verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. Alright? And that's the philosophy that is going on in pushing, okay? Telling you that his way, trying to deceive our people into believing that his way is more superior. You say that, those are the old barbaric ways, even though they are the ways of righteousness. Alright? I'll just think of some examples. I'll just think of some examples. Why should you follow these other it's hard for me to think of some examples of those. It's not hard to think of some examples of how Esau has turned the Lord of the Most High upside down. But the problem is that YouTube, man. We are trying to make it politically correct so that they won't take down the video. Okay. But yeah, that's basically what they put in society. That's anti-Hamashiach mindset, to be against the Most High. Okay. That's the main purpose of this system. Alright, that's why this whole system was stuff, okay? Teach you. Yeah, let's use that. Narcissism and hedonism. Because the big thing in society now is, is you, okay? Everybody's always focused on themselves, Everybody's trying to build up themselves, okay? Which of course, there's nothing wrong with that, alright? But the main focus, okay, the number one focus of our people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, should be the Most High, okay? How to please the Most High, how to follow the Lord's statutes and commandments of the Most High. But man, Easter has taken out the Yahweh shine from the hearts of our people. That's the big, And then what do you get to replace? What do you use to replace that? Their self, okay, that's an ego. So if I remember correctly, I believe the word ego means self. Let me just quickly get that. Yeah, here it is. Ego. And this is the etymology for the word ego. Ego in metaphysics. In metaphysics, the self, that which feels, acts, or thinks. From Latin, ego, I. Okay, that's basically what these devils have done. They've given our people ego. They now want, a sense of self, thinking that they are self-willed. They have free will. They can control their actions. Okay, they have control over their lives. Okay, that they are that important. But we already know what the scriptures say, that there's no such thing, that there's nothing like free will in the Bible, right? Because it has written that a man's goings are of the Most High. So how can a man then understand his own way? Okay, brought in confusion with all these false doctrines, all these false philosophies, all these false decisions out here. Okay, concerning the Most High and His Son. So now nobody actually understands what the truth is, because this truth, because basically the truth has been saturated by all these different philosophies, all these different denominations of churches, all these different false religions out here. Okay, spread that confusion. Babel. That's why this place is called spiritual Babylon, because it's the place of confusion, and it's the place that it's a place of mixing. Philosophy is being mixed, doctrine is being mixed, and now nobody understands what the truth is. But even the scriptures say that the truth will still come out. Okay. Especially at the end of the day, last time I think that in the book of Baruch. Hold on, let me get that. Okay, 2nd Esdras 6, verse 28. 2nd Esdras 6, verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared. Right, because even the scripture says that we can do nothing against the truth but for it. And let me get that one as well. So this is the book of 2 Corinthians 13, verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth but for it. Alright? That's basically what that is going on. And the truth is being revealed in these last days as it is written. Okay? Yeah, because let me even use that one. Let me use that one. It's not important right now. But yeah, the truth was said to be revealed in these last days. Okay? So this is the book of Matthew 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Alright, so the true gospel, the gospel of the kingdom, the gospel of Yahawashi, was ordained to be preached in the last days. Okay? To be preached at this time, and then the end will come. Alright? Alright, now already at the end, and the gospel is still being preached unto our people. Okay, the Israelites according to the Bible, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native American Indians, and of course, are scattered, the scattered flock that may look like the heathen. Okay, the speckled bird speckled birds, okay? And now, they were seeing all these things come to pass. I think that actually is like, no, I think I went to that is because okay, this is right here. So this is the book of Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. Ezekiel 3 verse 1. So let's start from Ezekiel 3 verse 1. Hold on. Let me just read the Bible. Ezekiel. This is the book of Ezekiel 2, and I'll start from verse 1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. And that's right, because even during the time of Old Testament, okay, time of Ezekiel, of the prophet, this is that same thing that you see happening among our people right now. The rebellion against the Most High. Alright? The rebellion against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It was happening during that time, and it's still continuing, even to this day. So the Most High has sent his men, the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, towards or to his people, in order to call them away from the wickedness. And even in this time as well, Because now that we're in the time of the end, and wickedness, okay? Let me get that. And right now, and in this time, your wickedness, iniquity, okay, has exceedingly bloated the whole earth, you know. Hold on, let me get that. So this is the book of second Esdras 15, and I'll start from second Esdras 15 verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, says Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Alright, now the Most High said about this time, okay, that death and destruction, famine, plague, pestilence is coming upon the earth. Alright, they're not even coming, they are already here. And the Most High is sending more and more of his judgments, okay, upon the earth. We are also, but even more important than that, even more important than the doom and the gloom, right? Because when you bring this out now, there's nothing that you're excluded from gloom. That, oh, you cannot preach about anything good. Well, this is the one thing that we're out there to preach about that is good. This is the thing that makes the scriptures the gospel of peace. That we're here to call out our people, the Israelites, people called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. We're here to call you out of darkness, okay? Because the darkness that we're talking about is what? The lack of understanding of the scriptures, okay? So this is the book of Isaiah 60 verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Okay, and that's basically what we're out here to do. Using the light that has been given to us by the Most High and his Son to bring out our people out of darkness. And that darkness being the lack of understanding, okay? That darkness being the congregation of the dead, okay? When you walk it out as scriptures say, when you walk out to the way of understanding, that you will remain in the congregation of the dead. So now we have so many of our people that don't even know who they are, you know, their true nationality, being Hebrew Israelites. I don't even know about the Most High and his Son, okay, the true name of the Most High and his Son, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and how they should worship, and how they should conduct themselves in these last days in order to be delivered. Because you ask a random Jake, you ask a random Israelite, any normal person, you know, they'll say that this society, this kingdom is going to continue forever, okay, going to continue on and on. Because they don't have faith in the scriptures when it talks about how this place is coming to an end, you know. So you continue with that Ezekiel. So now, Ezekiel 3 verse 4. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Adonai Yahweh, there was we are going to give our people the words of the Most High, not our own words, not our own doctrine, not our own words that we teach, okay, but the words of the Most High. That's why they will always go into the scriptures, because the main thing that is supposed to be brought out is the word of the Most High, not whatever we believe is the truth, but what is the truth according to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which is the ultimate truth, okay. And you know, let me not get in any camps right now. Ezekiel 2 verse 5. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there has been a prophet among them. And that's right. So in the last days, the truth, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will be revealed, okay? It will be known exactly who the Most High has sent. It will be known exactly who the Most High is dealing with in these last days. And when the tribulation comes, then our Lord our High returns, then everything will be revealed, okay? The truth of the Lord will be revealed in that day, man. So, so there's a time that is coming, okay, where the 100% truth will be revealed, okay? Because I'm trying to think, there's a picture that goes into that, how the truth will always be revealed, so the truth will always come out, man. You know? And it's another one I read in second Esdras. It's another one I've been trying to think about it, but I can't remember how it goes. Anyway, we're still going into this, okay? Because right now, this society, I say society, but basically I want to say that this kingdom is a kingdom of lies, okay? Let's answer the business real quick. That's what I wanted to go into. Well, basically what I was saying that this kingdom is a kingdom of lies, okay? Where there's, you know, where yeah, the kingdom of lies and deceit. There's this piece I want to bring out, but I can't remember. It's right, it's in the tip of my tongue, but I just can't remember what I want to bring out. This is the kingdom of lies and deceit, okay? Being set up by Edom himself, the father of lies. Let's see if I can get that. So this is the book of John 8, verse 44, and it reads, Ye are of your father the devil. And the devil here being Esau Edom, okay? Look at white man, okay? Because it's going to the word devil. It means what a false accuser, a deceiver, okay? And that's how we call these red people, these Edomites, devils. Because that's exactly what they are. Alright? Not going into the spiritual demon Satan, but going into the man himself, which is Esau Edom, the devil. John 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father he will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Okay? And all of our people right now that are joined to this system, that are following after the Elkonotherion, right? All of our people that are in that state, you know, this is our Lord Yahushua, because that was our Lord Yahushua speaking. He was in red, okay? He was speaking about you, alright? He was speaking about, I'm saying okay, I'm not right too much. But yes, he was speaking about you and your characteristics, because now you are just like the heathen. And even in the scriptures tell you that if after the first and the second admonition that your brother does not receive the proof, let him be as a heathen unto you, right? Look at that. Titus 3, verse 10. A man that is an heretic after the first and second admonition rejects, knowing that he that is such is subverted and sinneth, being condemned of himself. Okay? So any boy that refuses to accept the correct doctrine, that refuses to accept the truth, they are being basically means that they will cast off, rejected by our child. And of course, we're speaking only of Israelites. So they will come back in the kingdom, with the 100% truth, with the correct understanding, in their right mind. But on this side, they have become heretic, where the Most High doesn't want all of Israel on this side. That's the main thing. That's something that our people have to understand. You have to understand early in this truth. The Most High, how about Shai, does not want all of Israelites right now on this side. In the kingdom, all our people will come back righteous. Okay? Because even the scriptures talk about that. In the kingdom, all our people will come back righteous. But for now, for now, the Most High is only dealing with the elect. And that's how you know who has the truth. Okay? That's how you know who has the truth. Who got the knowledge. Let me go to that. So this is the book of Isaiah 28 verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? Okay, yeah. Isaiah 28 verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Alright? And the main thing is who is giving the doctrine, who is giving the understanding. Okay? Only them that are weaned from the milk. And that milk is going into wisdom. Alright? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. Because the Bible says in the book of I think like Isaiah 33, that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and the strength of salvation. Isaiah 23 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Alright, so the main thing, because a lot of things going into how you know a man of the Lord, how you know people that have understanding, that's the truth. Okay, but the main thing being the fear of the Most High. That fear of Yahweh should not shy. Because that's another thing that you have in this Antichrist world. A lack of fear of the Most High. Because they've taken away that understanding of the terror of Yahweh Shimi Shai, man. And I was not even meditating on this for a while, but yeah. Okay, that's going to be going into another lesson, so I'm not going to talk about it too much now. But basically, the Most High is to be feared, okay, because of let me bring this out. Let me just go to the passage in the Bible. So, I'm not confused myself. I think that is 1 Samuel 2. So this is the book of 1 Samuel 2 verse 6. Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yahweh maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up, and that's it. Okay, the Most High is in control. Okay, and he can. Let me get this as well. Hebrews 10 verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. Okay? That's very good. That's very good. What I wanted to bring out. Okay? It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. Now, what the Most High to be feared, because even the scripture says that the fear of the Most High, Proverbs the 1st chapter, right? The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. Verse 1 verse 7. This is the book of Proverbs 1 verse 7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom, is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. So that the fear of Yahweh our child, the fear of the Most High is an important aspect of this truth, because you have to understand, because when you understand the way the Most High works, man, you fear him because of the power that he holds. All the, which is basically omnipotent, right? Omnipotent, all powerful, right? Even every thought, every decision that you make, okay, is the Most High that is ordering our steps. And then you get out to the book of Job. Because Job could be out there saying, oh, well, if God, people will be out there saying, I don't like the idea of fearing God, that kind of thing, of being afraid of the Most High. But that's because those people that say that lack understanding, okay? Yeah, as I was saying, people that say that they lack understanding concerning, well, everything, okay? They don't understand the Most High, and they don't even understand, what they are here on earth to do. Okay? They also lack understanding in general. So this is the book of Job 33, and I'll start from verse 14. Job 33 verse 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. And that's right, because people out there, they have their ears blocked, okay? They have stumbling blocks put in front of them, to which they cannot understand the words of the Most High, okay? They keep that saying of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Continue on from verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. And that's why they say man plans, God laughs, right? That whenever you plan to do something, your plans get turned upside down, because you don't know what you're going to do tomorrow. You know what's going to happen to you at any time. Alright? I'm saying it right again, but anyhow, you know what's going to happen to you at any time, Man's plan, God laughs, right? Okay, I don't know why, but I'm just not going to on me like that today, unfortunately. But what's going to come out, I'm sure they put that before. Alright, even because the spirit is still on me, but not heavy, But anyway, let's keep on going into it, okay? Because the Most High sent his men, Amos 3 verse 7, I tell you how about you outside. He will do nothing but he revealed his secrets unto his servants the prophets. So the men of the Lord, the men of Yahweh are out here. Because they have to take that thing that, the truth is not on the earth, and the truth is mixed up, confused inside all these other camps. And it's now, you have to now go into these different camps and get the truth for yourself. But there are men that are on the earth, okay, the men of the Lord, that have been sent by the Most High to preach the gospel, to preach 100% truth, and are bringing out these truths to our people. But to try to bring them to repentance, okay? Regarding the scripture saying that you hear the truth and the truth will set you free. Alright? So I want you to free our people, And that even reminds you of this precept. Isaiah the 61st chapter. which of course that's one of my favorite pieces in the Bible. We are basically going into hearing the truth, and the truth setting you free. Isaiah 61 verse 1. The spirit of Yahweh power is upon me, because Yahweh has anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Okay, and basically to raise up the dead, to give this truth to those that have been living a lie their entire lives. Alright. Anyway, that's what we're out here to do. That's what the men of God are out here to do. To bring truth to our people. To bring light, okay, to our people that are in darkness. Alright. To bring them out of that dead state and into the light, and the light that is in the Albert to our side. Because if they are in this world, they are taking this world on the system, continuing this wicked society, thinking that this society is thinking that this society will provide salvation for you. They just they're going to end up being destroyed, because the only path, okay, the end of this society is its downfall and its destruction. And the scriptures say, all those that are joined unto them shall also be a part of that destruction as well. So yeah, I think I'm just going to have to end it here. So with that, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yawashai, Ba'asham Racha Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom.